Word is spreading fast that Beyoncé might be going through a tough time. People close to the situation claim she's feeling overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and no longer enjoys being in the music business. Some sources even say she's been so affected by it all that she once considered ending her life. And reportedly, she blames her mother, Tina Knowles, for much of the pressure she's been under. These past few weeks have been wild when it comes to Beyoncé gossip, and if there's one thing people agree on, it's this. She seems tired and ready to walk away from it all. Since 2022, she's been constantly on the move, dropping 2 albums back-to-back, doing 2 massive tours, and now getting ready for a 3rd album and another tour. That's not all. She's also started a perfume, a hair care line, and even a whiskey brand. Basically, she's been pouring herself into every possible business project. Allegedly, all of this non-stop work isn't just for fun or passion. It's about hitting a specific financial target. Insiders say she feels pushed by her family and her team to keep going. But behind the scenes, she's planning to break free. Reports claim she's working non-stop, not just for money, but because she wants to separate herself from her controlling circle, including her mother and husband, and finally have a life on her own terms. There's been a lot of talk online about what's really happening, and this time, people are convinced something serious is going on. One anonymous tip floating around mentioned an incident at an award show where her bodyguard ran after her. Supposedly, Beyoncé had been thinking about leaving the country without telling anyone. Her team panicked because she's said to be done with being managed like a product. She's reportedly depressed, has had dangerous thoughts, and her team is more concerned about losing their income than actually helping her. According to the claims, her mother still tries to control her, every move, and her husband adds to that pressure. Beyoncé is said to be mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted. After spending decades building her career, she just wants peace and freedom. But her team and family allegedly keep pulling her back in. Apparently, she didn't even want to go on her recent tour, but she did it anyway. Partly to reach a financial goal that would help her leave for good, and partly because her family and label kept insisting that she keep working while she still has star power. That's also the reason some people say ticket prices were sky high, and why she's branching out into so many other ventures at once. She's also been quietly buying property outside of the US, likely part of her plan to step away from everything. There are even rumors that legal trouble could be on the horizon. Word is Beyoncé might be spending more money than she's earning, which has sparked concern that she'll get stuck in this cycle of constant work forever. All she reportedly wants now is to slow down, live life at her own pace, and stop being pushed around. But the people surrounding her won't let that happen. What really makes this scary is that she supposedly knows what happened to another major artist who tried to get out of the industry. She's terrified of ending up the same way. That's why she's said to be moving in silence, setting things up behind the scenes, and making sure that once she walks away, she won't be forced to come back. Now let's talk about her mental health. Years ago, Beyoncé spoke about feeling depressed when she was around 19, especially during a rough patch with Destiny's Child. She said she felt like people blamed her for everything that went wrong with the group. And then there are those unsettling stories about how her mother Tina treated the other group members compared to her. One claim says Tina would tell the other girls in Destiny's Child to tan under the sun but told Beyoncé not to. Some believe that was to make Beyoncé appear lighter-skinned. And it didn't stop there. Tina allegedly didn't even want to work with the darker-skinned members of the group, and was putting tons of pressure on Beyoncé to always appear perfect. This controlling behavior reportedly continued for years, leading to the point where Beyoncé felt so trapped, she considered taking her life. So, if she's depressed again today, it's not hard to believe. Then there's the financial side of things. Beyoncé had a major issue with the IRS over nearly $2.9 million in unpaid taxes, interest, and penalties from 2018 and 2019. The IRS claimed her returns showed mistakes, like claiming the wrong deductions or not reporting all her income. Beyoncé fought back in court, arguing that the IRS made errors and asked the court to rule in her favor, and even issue her a refund if she overpaid. While no one really knows what her exact financial situation is, some sources claim she's not earning as much as fans think. That's possibly why she's been launching new products and taking on every business opportunity, hoping that one of them will help her hit her financial goal. And about those rumors of her buying homes abroad, yes, they've been picking up too. We've seen Beyoncé do similar things before, so this isn't entirely surprising. But now it's being reported that she might be buying property to prepare for a possible escape. And when it comes to her mom, Tina Knowles, there are claims going around that Tina played a big part in pushing Beyoncé into her relationship with Jay-Z. One blind item claimed that while Beyoncé is seen as a global icon and a powerful woman, her marriage isn't what it appears to be. According to that source, Beyoncé never really wanted to be in a relationship with Jay-Z in the first place. She was just 19 when he, already in his early 30s, showed serious interest in her. Back then, she was still figuring herself out and wasn't sure about dating someone so much older. Apparently, insiders say she had doubts from the start. She was aware of his history with women, the power imbalance, and his reputation. She even expressed those concerns to her mom. But instead of being supportive, Tina reportedly dismissed her worries. Since Tina was also managing Beyoncé's career, it's claimed that she saw the relationship as a smart business move. She allegedly believed that being with Jay-Z would take Beyoncé's career to new heights and make her unstoppable in the industry. Even when Beyoncé said she wasn't really into him like that, her mom allegedly told her to go ahead with it anyway. So, despite her hesitation, Beyoncé agreed. But she didn't realize how serious Jay-Z's past was or how it might affect her later. Over time, we've seen various allegations against Jay-Z come out. But by then, Beyoncé was already deeply involved and maybe even felt like she couldn't walk away. Now, it's being said that she's reached her limit and doesn't want to continue living this way. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about Beyoncé, and it's getting harder to tell what's true and what's just internet gossip. One of the more extreme rumors suggests she's planning to leave Jay-Z and run off with her longtime bodyguard, Julius DeBoer. People have pointed to a few suspicious moments between Beyoncé and Julius over the years, including photos where they seem unusually close. One picture showed him walking out of a hotel behind her, with what looked like lipstick on his mouth. Some claim that Jay-Z noticed this too and once tried to fire Julius, but Beyoncé allegedly refused to let that happen. According to several online sources, Beyoncé and her longtime bodyguard Julius have grown much closer over the past few months. People started to really notice when, during the Grammys, Julius broke his usual professional demeanor and openly celebrated her win. That kind of reaction is not something you typically see from a bodyguard, whose job is usually to stay in the background and remain neutral. At that same event, rumors spread that Beyoncé showed no affection toward Jay-Z. Instead, some claimed she was seen kissing Julius, though again, none of this has been officially confirmed. These kinds of interactions have led people to believe that Beyoncé and Julius might be spending more and more time together, possibly even full days, which suggests it might be more than a simple friendship or casual situation. This growing closeness has added fuel to another rumor, that Beyoncé is planning to escape not just her marriage, but her entire current life. Some online comments suggest this may be her exit strategy, especially now that she's older and has built her own empire. The theory goes that she's finally tired of being controlled and is slowly working on a way out. Part of that control, many believe, started with her mother, Tina Knowles. A number of fans and insiders now say Beyoncé blames her mom for pushing her into a relationship she didn't actually want. The story is that Tina thought getting with Jay-Z would take Beyoncé's career to new heights, and that it would solidify her as an untouchable figure in the music industry. Tina had been managing her daughter's career since she was young, so it's believable that her voice carried a lot of influence. Some even say Beyoncé was unsure about Jay-Z from the beginning, but went along with it because of pressure from her mother. Looking back at the timeline of their relationship, things have always seemed a bit off. Beyoncé said in interviews that she was 18 when she met Jay-Z and 19 when they started dating, but people who were around during that time believe he may have been pursuing her earlier. Considering he was in his early 30s when she was still a teenager, many think the whole situation was questionable from the start. Even setting the age gap aside, their relationship has been followed by cheating allegations almost since the beginning. Reports of Jay-Z being unfaithful go back as far as 2005, and those stories have never really gone away. Beyoncé has always kept a strong public image, so she never directly addressed most of the rumors, but fans believe the constant emotional strain may have taken a toll on her. Now, reports suggest that Beyoncé is not just tired. She might be emotionally drained and possibly depressed. For someone who has always appeared so in control and powerful, this shift in energy hasn't gone unnoticed. Many fans believe this could be her breaking point. She might be over both her marriage and the influence her mother still holds over her life. People are also pointing out how different Beyoncé and Jay-Z seem these days. The chemistry that once appeared strong now looks like it's faded. Fans say they no longer act like a romantic couple. Instead, they look more like business partners or close friends. Some even joke that they come off more like siblings, and while that might sound harsh, it highlights how distant their connection seems now. All of this adds weight to the idea that Beyoncé is not happy behind closed doors. She's been working nonstop, which some believe is her way of preparing, emotionally and financially, to leave both her husband and her mother behind and finally take full control of her life. It's a lot to process, but what do you think about all these recent stories about Beyoncé? Do they sound believable? Do you think her mom had a hand in all this? And is it time for her to finally move on from Jay-Z? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.